You guys got up by 10 pretty early in the second half. I think they went on a 20-5 run to kind of pull it close. And then from there, just kind of were able to make enough plays to hold on. What kind of happened in that run that allowed it to kind of get away in those few minutes?
From my perspective, I'll just say I think a big piece of me were those 2 in a row offensive calls, offensive illegal screens, and then the one where I dribbled off his foot and they called it the other way. So I think those 3 possessions, I think they hit probably 3 threes or scored on all 3, and that got them right back in the game. And then after that, we just couldn't pull away. So that's from my perspective.
What makes a team like that so tough to finish against, just in how old they are, how much they've played together? I mean, did you just kind of feel like those last few minutes that you had them covered and they find a way just to hit, either, whether it's the alley-oop or the contested 3?
Yeah, I think that's an experienced team. They've been in that situation together a lot. And I think, kind of like what Nate said, I think down the stretch there were just a few mistakes that we had a team like that's going to take advantage of, and they did.
If you guys didn't know that they had played together for so long, would you be able to tell, or I guess, like, what is it about their play style that kind of, that kind of makes them so good?
I would just say, they're just disciplined. They got a really good coach. They just do what they do to a T. I mean, they use the whole 30 seconds, and then they offense rebound really well. So, it's tiring to guard a team for 30 seconds and then have to box them out. Those are back-breaking plays, and I think they had a couple of those tonight. And, they're just a good, disciplined team with a lot of veteran leaders. I mean, obviously they have the MVP from last year, so they're experienced, and we just got to get there. So we just got to keep working.
Yeah, Ethan, what did you kind of make of the rebounding battle tonight? I think they lead the conference in rebounding. How'd you feel like you guys did on that front today?
What was the total rebounds? 24-18. Yeah, I think going into the game, it was a big thing that we got all 5 guys got a hit. It might not be a game where 1 or 2 guys have 6, 7, 8 rebounds. It's probably going to be a game where everyone has lower rebounds, but we're keeping them off the glass. I mean, how many? They had 8 offensive rebounds. I'm not sure what they averaged on the year. I felt like out of all of our mistakes and the stuff we could have done better, I felt like we did a decent job on that, especially them being a top 5 offensive rebounding team in the country. So yeah, I think it was definitely a focus point going into the game. I felt like we did a okay job of it.
What would you attribute the strong start to this game for you guys too? It seemed like you guys were really able to attack the paint early on.
I'll just say just coming back after the Santa Clara game, they kind of ran the same type of defense. So just watching the film and then just studying what they do and be able to attack, and I think we did that pretty well in the first half. I think in the second half they just did a couple of different things, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. I mean, 2 offensive fouls and then a dribble off a foot, so I mean that hurts. So yeah.
And Ethan, you were able to make quite a few plays from shots from deep. What were you seeing in the second half that maybe was different than the first, where you were just getting more deep looks? Yeah,
I think in the second half they put the big fella on me for most of the second half. So for me, just being able to use my 3-point shot, space the floor, play off other people's drives, and I think. I was just playing in that second half, just reading and got my open shots and was able to knock them down.
Yeah, Ethan, to follow up on that, what was going through your head there at the end when you were just getting so hot there and making, I think, 3 threes in the span of 3 minutes? What was going through your head during that time?
It was crazy. It's just to be able to knock those shots down in big moment, towards the end of the game. That's what I got to do for the team. But yeah, it was cool. But would like to come up with a win.
Nate, there towards the end, it seemed like you guys were putting Dane on Marshallonis, and you found yourself kind of down there with Saxon. Was that a design, or was that just something where maybe an assignment got missed that you were down there trying to guard a 7-footer?
It was just the coverage we were in. I mean, we were in the switch-all defense, and they just took advantage of it, so. Yeah.
And for you guys, you lose by almost 30 at Santa Clara, but you come back and you have, the number 1 team in the league on the ropes. What can you take from this game moving forward? And, you guys are going to see these guys again once, maybe twice.
Yeah, I think the difference in the games kind of just shows that when we're locked in and we execute the stuff we need to execute, we can play at a really high level and we can beat anyone in this conference. So I think just being able to play disciplined and execute our stuff, I think it just shows that we can be really good.
You guys have hit some real tough sledding over these last few weeks, now dropping 4 of 6. What's it going to take to stay together as a unit and just keep rebounding from here? Because Andrew said, you guys had a really tough performance on Thursday, but then you came out and played pretty well today. So what's it going to take to keep that kind of trend going?
You just gotta keep working. Just gotta keep getting better. Keep watching the film, seeing where we can get better. And that's the only answer to it. I mean, obviously, we're right there with the top 25 team, but shit, I wanted to win. So just gotta keep working, keep getting better, and try to get wins. That's all that matters at the end of the day. No matter how you do it, as long as you win. So I think that's what we gotta do. Just keep getting better.
Is that why it's maybe hard to not get into moral victory territory, but use this as a measuring stick? Because yes, you did play right there with a team that's at the top of the conference receiving votes in the poll, but you're just not quite there yet to get the come out on top.
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think you're always gonna want to say you'd rather take a team and lose by 5 than lose by 25. But at the same time, kind of like what Nate was saying, at the end of the day, it's still just a win or a loss on the record. But I think there's a lot more stuff we can take away from this game that we kind of showed that we were better at than Thursday's game. And just being able to take that and, improve on it.
So, Ethan, turnover rates as a team, only 8. I mean, did a real tremendous job from that end of protecting the ball. I mean, what did you see out of the team today to be able to do that so well?
I think just early on, we've kind of been preaching the last couple of weeks just simple plays. I think those kind of the games we played against Pacific and Gonzaga, I think we were trying to make home run plays. So just sharing the ball at the start of the game, making simple plays, I think that's what's helped with our turnovers the last couple of games.
One for Nate. Next up, you have to go on the road and play Pacific. Obviously, that last game here at home, the last-second buzzer beater. I mean, is there any kind of feelings brewing now as you think that you got to go on the road and beat them in their place?
I mean, yeah, probably a little bit, but shoot, at the end of the day, I just want to get a win. No matter if it was Pacific or, Portland or somebody else, I just want to win at the end of the day. I mean, obviously it took a hard loss to them, but, I mean, I'm just trying to get back in the winning column, and no matter against who it is, but just got to win. That's my goal, so, yeah.